we're safe. Told him
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Ready for football now from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. Today, a good battle in the AFC. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. For having us in, Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Off we go from the Steel City. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, and having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen. You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on second down. But now after taking a loss on first and second, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on third down.
Third and long for Rodgers. Open man, left side, he's got it. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. What a letdown for the defense. They allow a conversion on third and 16.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
The shotgun, it's A-Rod. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, He's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route, but this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
This one down the field, but lined up incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bills offense heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback Josh Allen in the prime of his career.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Once again, it's Cook. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
So this time they're trying to use the run game to attack the boundary side of the field, and the defense is really fast in their pursuit. Really nice effort there from the backside, and they're able to bring him down this time for a loss.
A tough spot here. Third and long. From the gun, throw here for Allen. A 19-yard pickup there. Good for a Bills first down.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Bills first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Short pass taken in by Knox. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
So the athleticism of this tight end is pretty well documented, Mike. I mean, he can pick up yards after the catch. It's just such a rare trait for tight ends. So it's the size, it's the speed, it's the matchup problem. And we got a glimpse of all of it right here.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
He was brought down by Cole Holcomb. A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the Steelers' 45-yard line.
So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2. They've got it with 2nd and 3 coming up. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing on second down. It's Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. Give him 13 on that screenplay. And a first down.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down.
from the 26-yard line. Here's second down and 4. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to sneak it here, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On first down, Allen working his way out left. He'll run again. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Cook is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Ball carrier. Touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will take a 7-0 lead.
Bills 7, Steelers nothing.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. Play fake. It's Rodgers. No chance at all. He'll go down. The linebacker, Matt Milano, getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
Let's give a lot of credit there, Mike, to this defense. They remain disciplined on that play-action fake. Nobody bid on it, and quarterback has no choice but to just eat the ball and take the snap.
From the gun, Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And their offensive struggles just continue to show up time after time here in this first half. It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
Again, working deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
Ever so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. Whoa! Woo. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes...
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Bills.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can. And when you connect, it is a thing of beauty. And in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Pass now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bills move out on top, 14-0.
Steelers nothing.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Gainwell to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score, as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers. Catch made. That's Wolf. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
So as a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. There's a throw right side. It'll be incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped.
He's across midfield. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating, let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Rodgers going up top again. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in covering, muscling that one free. It'll be second down now.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Again, it's Rodgers. That'll be caught by the running back, Wallace. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a third down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they have.
That is caught. What a throw. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers are on the board. It's now 14-7. Steelers 7. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, it's Brandon Codrington. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact, incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are under.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. So, halftime straight ahead, and we go down to Scott Hanson, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hanson and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This is still anyone's game here. We see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Bills offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. To start this drive. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 9. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Second and 11. From the gun, here is Allen. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox. And it's going to be third down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
You could see that he was trying to find something downfield, trying to take a shot there on 3rd and short, but really nice job understanding there was nothing downfield, no need to force it. Get the ball underneath, get a fresh set of downs, and start over again.
They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Off the play fake, it's Allen. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Allen. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15.
13 yards.
That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line.
2nd down and 8. He'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Taking off, he'll try, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Josh Allen, touchdown Buffalo. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Passing kick is good, and the Bills will take a 21-7 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here's Gainwell to return. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. On 1st and 10, it's Warren. He left that first defender grasping for air as he winds up getting 8 out of that.
An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, Rodgers. Escaping to his left. Now he'll run.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. And a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
He'll find Woods. That one is caught.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Play action now with Rodgers. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. They pick up 17 through the air. That's a Steeler 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
At the 21-yard line.
2nd and 1 now from the 21. Looking to throw. It's Rodgers. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
Nice job bouncing back there on 2nd down. 1st down, they gave up way too many yards and put them in 2nd and short. But now they can gain some of that back with that sack and brings up 3rd and medium, and the likelihood of getting off the field just went up.
18 yards on the connection. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
Jalen Warren was the man he was trying to connect with. And it'll be 2nd down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Good coverage there in the end zone, and is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points. Mike, he got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, They started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That is caught! DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers draw closer here. It's 21-14. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Now Codrington to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready to take over possession of the football. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. Aside, that open man is Knox. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll drop to throw. He's going to run it. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, throw here for Allen. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
I really like the personnel adjustment by the defensive coordinator, Mike. They go dime coverage, so they're going to bring out 6 defensive backs, really play the pass and muddy it up with as many pass defenders as you can. Nowhere to go with the ball, and now we got to see, does the offensive coordinator, when he sees that dime package take the field, what answers does he have?
A fair catch. He's going to call it, take it right around his own 30-yard line. Steelers offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. We mighty more Power Ranger. Mine also dangerous.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. That is Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and that's going to be a loss of 9 to open this drive.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Gonna need a big play now. 3rd down and long. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
And it's a big-time sack by the defense, but Mike, you just can't take these sacks if you're the quarterback. End-of-game situations, you're trying to make something happen and come from behind. You have to understand, throwaways, I don't care if you have to put the ball in harm's way, you have to take a little bit more chances here. These negative sacks, they cost time, they cost yardage, and they really make this even a more difficult hole to climb out of. And that stop right there will do it. Even though they have 2 timeouts remaining, there's just not enough time on the clock to get another attempt. What a huge stop with the game on the line, and that will all but end this game.
Defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So a road win here for the Bills. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. In the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.